offense should be good again. Both the offensive line and the defensive line have talent. They just need to play better than they did last year. I tell you, the Mountain Division is going to be very competitive this year. I don't think there's going to be a clear-cut winner, and I believe schedule's going to play into deciding who the winner is. And I'm going with Boise State Broncos.
Woo! Man, they were difficult for me not to put on mine. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think it's 1A and 1B in the Mountain.
Yeah, I mean, not a great record last year at 7-5. Offense put up about 29 points per game, defense 19. The offense should be good again. Both the offensive line and the defensive line have talent. They just need to play better than they did last year. The schedule is not awful. They get San Diego State, Fresno State, Utah State, and BYU all on the blue turf. I think the schedule is going to play into them winning the Mountain.
Okay. And everybody knows I hate the blue turf field, man. I hate it. I can't even watch those games. Boise State games at home are so difficult for me to watch. I have like a major headache at the end of those games, but I'd rather watch Eastern Washington, like with the whole red field. I think that's a little easier to look at. Even Coastal Carolina with that teal field, and then it just blends in with their jerseys. It's so weird.
I got Boise State as a sleeper team. I'm going with Boise State as a sleeper team. Boise State, like I said, the offense was very good. Defense only gave up 19 points per game. Offense scored 29.2 points per game. Their rushing attack was 105th last year. I'm going with Boise State for the sleeper team. Not saying they're going to win. They're going to win it, but they can be a team you got to watch out for.
I'm gonna have to agree with Coach on this one. I'm going Boise State. Boise State, and I've already said this before in previous, in the show, it was a close battle for the top for me. Between them and Air Force. Like, to be completely honest with you, there's a very high bar that gets set for Boise State every year, and they just barely scrape the surface of having, a winning season sometimes in the bowl bid when we don't know why. When they are definitely the recruiting powerhouse up there on, the Northwest and, outside of the Oregon and things like that. But, between the Dakotas and Idaho and, even pulling some recruits in from Nebraska, I don't know why they have such a hard time putting the pieces together. And, I think they got the right coach to do it. Andy Avalos is a really good coach. This will be his second year. He was 7-5 his first year. They were 5-3 in the conference. So, with that being said, I think that's a very respectable place to be as far as a coach with, say what you want. I think Boise State should have been a Pac-12 school or a Big 12 school a long time ago. But especially from the success that they had in the early 2000s. I mean, there was no reason why they shouldn't have got a BCS bowl bid. Now, if the roles were reversed with how the college football playoff is, they maybe would have been they were definitely the Cincinnati before Cincinnati, or before the UCFs of recently. So, but they got a lot to look forward to. The one improvement that they have to have is the running game has to be better. We all know that, but their defense needs to be good. It needs to be better. They lose Riley Wimpy from he was a linebacker there for them. He was a really good linebacker, a long time guy. But he was good at filling the gaps in that 4-2-5 alignment that they had on that defense. And a whole lot of disruption came from that secondary. So look for more of that this year as well. We've seen that in the past. They always have good defensive backs as well. So, but maybe it's just off the prestige for me of why I put them so high every single year. I picked them last year to win the Mountain West, and they kicked me right in my face. Even with first year head coach and Andy Avalos, who I was really high on. But we'll see. I think they're a sleeper team. I think they do really good again this year, and they improve by maybe 2 wins. They get to a 9-win season and call that respectable. And I just hope they don't kick Andy out after having to, improving by 2 more wins. I just think Fresno and Air Force and the San Diego States. I agree with all you guys. I think those teams are just more. They're going to be more dominant than Boise State. So